Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the special Green Hill Bonanza. This time, me and my charming associate.
Hi, everybody. Peyton from the Pop Perch Network here.
And I'm your good old Lord of Shadows. This time, we have very special podcast for you guys because it's time for some Sonic Rama. But I say, Captain Panel, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have quite big knowledge of Sonic, right?
I do not. The very bare minimum. So from our Spider-Man No Way Home podcast, I figured, you know what? By the way, coming soon, I'm going to bring in a special guest. Come on in. I'm back.
And this time,
he's back.
Yes, guys, we're gonna go some like Sonic crazy shit talking, and so buckle up, gonna go fast. So here we go. So before we start this basically amazing like podcast that we're gonna do right now, I just want to say that first I just want to hear like basically your overall first experience with Sonic. So Peyton, as a rookie, you go first.
So this is gonna be short and sweet. I remember seeing, Sonic, watching a little bit of the Sonic X cartoon, and just kind of, seeing the character in pop culture always play as him in Smash Brothers and whatnot. And I saw the 2020 movie Sonic the Hedgehog with this individual right here.
We saw it with each other on Valentine's Day because we didn't have dates.
Yes.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, so but like I've always had a respect and fascination with the character, and you two can go on for 3 days. I'm sorry, 4 days.
Maybe
if you
5.
want. Maybe 5. So I'm really curious to see your two's point of view on it.
All right, well, it started as I saw him in an old McDonald's ad, I think, or something, an old advertisement. They were doing advertising. They had these little Game & Watches, but they were Sonic themed. I don't know if you guys if you've ever seen those before, but they were just like little Sonic racing mini game things that you can get a part of like the Happy Meal or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I had one.
I've seen some of them, yeah.
And I was like, what is this? This is cool. And like he was like just a blue hedgehog running around. And I was like, it's weird. So I started to like ask my parents about it, like, what's Sonic? What's like when YouTube was just starting to like rise. And like it was already pretty risen by then. But when I was born, it was starting to like become more popular. But I started to watch this channel called Kobaner Manny 456, who doesn't do YouTube videos anymore, but he would make really, really entertaining Sonic videos, and that's what got me into Sonic first. My first game was on the Xbox 360. I played Sonic Generations on there, and I fell in love with it, and I had to get more. So I got a Game Boy Color. I played Sonic Rush. I got a Wii. I played Sonic Colors. I played Sonic Unleashed on Xbox 360. Really great games, for sure. Especially, I feel like Sonic Generations and Sonic Unleashed are probably my favorite games. Sonic Colors is also one of my favorite games. But it's just, I fell in love with his character. And then my mom started to buy me these old cartoons, and I started watching all the cartoons, Sonic and Friends, Sonic X, Sonic, what was the other one? There was another one. It was
Sonic
the old
Underground.
It was the one
with Jaleel White.
I think so.
The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and at the end of every episode, he would tell me not to do drugs. Yeah, Sonic Says.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Did you ever watch Sonic Underground?
Oh yeah, Sonic Underground. That was also one of my favorites. They had a really great theme song, and I remember rewatching that show a lot.
I mean, can I just say, Jacob, like, when it comes to the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which, by the way, I think was the very first TV show ever made. I mean, who can forget that TV show with the epic, greatest meme of all time?
Yeah, one of the greatest memes of all time.
Snoop Pingus as usual.
Yeah, Pingus. Also, what the other thing that came out of that show was if a stranger tries to hug you or touch you in somewhere you don't like, that's no good. Like that one's pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember a lot of this old Sonic TV shows, but I will say this, like when it comes to Dr. Eggman, I mean, a lot of people prefer like Dr. Ivo Robotnik because basically that's how he started as Dr. Ivo Robotnik. But I have to say, out of all the versions I've seen, I have to say, I would say that the most evil and darkest version was in Sonic the Hedgehog TV show when, with the rebellion, the little princess, like, I mean, he was voiced by the one only amazing Jim Cummings, and like, he was scary as hell. Like the voice, the design, like, I would say that show was one of the darkest when it comes to elements and the story.
They definitely had darker themes for the show. They had a lot of if I remember correctly, a lot of I can't I don't know, I can't think of it right, like I can't think of the word, but there was a lot of moments that like scared me as a child a little bit, like just watching them, like a little mind, and then seeing all this stuff, and Sonic, like one of my heroes as a child, watching him grow up, and then all these like dark things sort of started happening, and just kind of like a new version of Sonic for me. That was probably the point where it went from the classic to the modern for me, because modern became more dark as the years went on. But now they're becoming a little bit more child friendly, like with Sonic Lost World and Sonic Forces. It's like, oh, it's the apocalypse, but it's like still not as dark as some of the other things that have happened.
Yeah, I mean, my very first experience with Sonic was actually not with TV shows, but actually when my friend one time brought to my home, we were playing on PlayStation 2, what was it? Sonic Heroes. That was actually the very first game I played when it comes to Sonic, and immediately in that game, I fell in love like with literally all the characters in that game, like from Sonic all the way to even like Big the Cat. Like every single character for me was so unique, so like I was really invested in all of them, and like it was a really great game, and I really like the idea that you can basically choose different teams in the game, if you remember.
Definitely remember. There was the Sonic, Team Shadow. There was Team Amy Rose, and then was the Chaotix in that game? No.
Yeah, I think.
They were.
Yeah, I mean, it
okay.
was. Yeah, and also, I mean, of course, just like you play other games, I also played other games as well. I mean, the only ones I played that like really I bought was like Sonic Heroes and I think Sonic Forces on PlayStation 4 that they actually put on the PlayStation Store. But when it comes to other like games, like I also played through the Nintendo Wii that my friend bought. We played. I mean, they're not quite preferable. Let's just put it that way. They're not quite preferable, but we also played the Sonic Boom games, Fire and Ice, and the Rise of Lyric. I don't know how you pronounce his name. But
those.
I mean, I will be honest. Okay, I will be honest. The games for me were fine. Those games for me were fine. I'm not gonna say I hate them. They were fine. The story was interestingly solid. I liked the villain, Lyric. I mean, I'm talking about the Rise of Lyric, not Fire and Ice. And I will say this: those two games, they even brought Styx, the raccoon. And I actually like the character of Styx.
No, you're right.
The raccoon. And so beside that, also Sonic Forces, just like you said, like I played that, and it was a really great game. I really loved Infinite as the villain. I loved I played also Sonic Generations. What was the game where basically Sonic transformed into a Hulk version of himself?
Oh, is that that's Sonic Unleashed, the werewolf?
Yeah, the werewolf.
Yes. I also played that one, and I played it says Sonic Colors. I played Generations as well, and right now
we need to talk about just Generations for a second, because that game is awesome.
Yeah,
it was the first Sonic game that crossed over with the past had classic Sonic's first appearance, and it brought a whole new genre of gaming to the Sonic video games, because there was the modern Sonic games that we were getting used to, like from Sonic Unleashed and stuff, where it was like the 3D and you would run in a straight line, right? And you would like hit people. And then there was the classic Sonic levels where you would be side scrolling and be just like the classic old Sonic 1, Sonic 2. And you would play either one and then make your way through the levels and save your friends and try to stop this giant time beast that Robotnik and past Robotnik were teaming up with. And that game was so good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you. And I really love, like, because I never watched any trailer when it comes to that game. I never watched any trailers or gameplay. Like, basically, I came to my friend and we played Generations, and I was surprised to see the classic Sonic in it. Like, I was really surprised, and I was like literally when I was playing, I was like, oh my god, like look who's here. I was like, the classic Sonic. Like, that was really awesome to see. It really was. And beside that, like, you know, like I said, I will say this: the only thing I regret was not. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not from that generation. I was born a little bit later, but I regret not playing the Arcadia version of the Sonic 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Because I saw the gameplay. I saw the gameplay on YouTube, and I was like, you know, god damn it, like, you know, it was really shame I'm not playing them, you know, because the second movie that we're going to talk about is going to have a lot of elements from Sonic 2 that I remember.
Yeah. I have this I have this mini Sega Genesis at home that has built in a lot of Sega games, and it has Sonic 1 and 2.
I've seen that.
And I haven't played it recently, but I'm probably going to hook it up and play it before I watch Sonic 2, because I really want to get into the mindset of trying to get the references from the past. Did you see that new poster that they released? That poster is intense.
Yeah.
Maybe post-editing, Trevor can put that in or something, because that poster is so good.
But it was
they're following. I like how it's Sonic 2 and it's the song, like they're going back to classic Sonic 2 poster, but it introduces Knuckles, which Knuckles was introduced in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but I mean, it still is pretty good. I'm hoping that Sonic 3 will bring in Shadow. Actually, I have a funny story. We're going to talk more about the movie like later with him. But I have a funny story about Shadow. There was a time in my life when I was going through, it was just when I was getting into middle school. Everybody has their sort of like rough emo phase sort of thing. And mine was fueled by the fact that my house was just robbed. And and the only thing that I had was an old box TV and a PlayStation 2. So I went to GameStop. I used the money that I earned that week, and I bought these PlayStation 2 games. They had them like on the shelf for like a couple bucks because the PlayStation 3 had just came out and they're just selling them clearance, you know? So I bought a couple of games for PlayStation 2. I bought Sonic Heroes, I bought Sonic Adventure 2, and I bought Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh my god.
Shadow the Hedgehog is an abomination of a game, but it is so good. It's so bad, it's good. You can tell he knows what I'm talking about. Sonic or Shadow the Hedgehog was the game they made. I don't remember the year it came out. It might have been 2002. They made it or something around them. It might have been earlier than that. I don't know. But yeah, if you can look it up, I think he's doing some research over there. Shadow the Hedgehog was the first Sonic game that was rated M for mature.
It was
that's the one that had the gun.
Oh, 2005. Yeah, it was one of the guns. They had guns. They had stop signs you could pick up, cars that had guns attached to them, I think. And there was cursing. You heard Shadow curse multiple times, like where that meme, one of those memes clips came from. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? You know, like that. That's a big.
I mean, I was.
It was basically, I mean, like, it didn't have the same gameplay, but I mean, you could call it that. The gameplay was that you could either choose the good route or the bad route. So if you
Yes.
did the good stuff in the level and teamed up with Sonic, you could get the good ending. Or you could team up with the aliens that were invading your planet and get the bad ending, because in Shadow's backstory, he was actually partially created by those aliens. So it's basically Shadow's journey of trying to find what really happened to Maria, which is this kid who's very special to him. And it was pretty bad. All things considered, it was a bad game, but it's like nostalgic for me. And when I go back and watch it, and like I have the All of Me song by Crush 40. Oh my God, Crush 40. On my playlist, because it's just so good. Sonic music is so good.
I mean, I totally agree with you, man, because like Shadow the Hedgehog was like, it was, wait a minute, since it came, I think it came out somewhere in November, I think. But anyway, like, but I do remember that I think like it was one of my friends' like Christmas present for me, because like, yeah, like a guy, like one of my friends basically found Shadow the Hedgehog like video game. And, you know, and even when I was like basically a little nipper, like basically my friend, like he knew I was like into the villains. So basically, you know, he was like, you know, well, there's a game you like. You love villains, you love Sonic. Well, here you go, Shadow the Hedgehog. And I was like really surprised, first and foremost, that there is a game such as Shadow the Hedgehog. I was really surprised.
Whenever I first found out about it too, I was like, huh? This is a Shadow game? You can play it? I had no idea.
And like you said,
I don't think they had a lot of promotion for it, I would say. I think that it just kind of released.
Yeah, like it was basically a game was made in a rush, basically, you know. And I would say this, like everything you said, the cursing, the guns, the violence, the darker tone, like I was like, when I was playing it, I was like, what the hell I'm playing? I was like, I was a little kid, and I was like, what the fuck I'm playing? Like this is bonkers, you know. And even though the game was bad, it is bad, okay? It is bad. But in a way, it was like a guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah. It's like that one cousin that you hate to visit, but you love them anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
know the feeling.
Like, oh, Shadow.
Exactly. Oh my God. Like, oh, also, I don't know if you played them, but I also played, you know, just for the fun of it. Even though I'm not a big fan of those kind of games, but I also played all the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll be honest, like for a lot of people, those games are a hit, but for me, I was like, there's nothing quite special on that. Basically, those characters are just doing the Olympics.
I remember that.
I think it provides an unfair advantage in form of Sonic, because anything racing, he should win instantly. But Sonic, I think it's canon, like they've said before, that Sonic holds back during like races and like during the Olympics so that it's more fair for the other competitors. There was also an interesting tweet by Sonic the Hedgehog's official Twitter that said everything is now canon and anything that is ever made after is canon. So like a lot of like fandom things has been confirmed to be canon. You can look up the tweet right now if you want, but they said that everything is canon, and it's a very interesting topic to get into.
So everything is canon. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, they were made as a game that's in the actual real world. Is now canon and part of Sonic universe. I'm like, okay, like this doesn't make no sense, but fine. Like if they're saying it's canon, hell, let's make it canon.
They just wanted to like get attention, and the tweet backfired because now everything is canon. Sonic.exe, Sonic Chew, like you know what I'm talking about. Irish the Hedgehog.
Yep.
They did that as a promotion for St. Patrick's Day, I think 2 years ago. It was a character that Jacksepticeye talked about one time in one of his videos, and then
Yeah.
Sega reached out to him and had him voice act the character for it.
Oh
Canon.
my God.
There is an Irish Sonic the Hedgehog, and his name is just Irish, and it's canon.
I mean, can you imagine like an Irish Sonic? Basically, you know, instead of saying "gotta go fast," he just simply says "gotta go fast, me laddie."
Gotta roll fast, laddie. Gotta get down to the pub real fast, laddie.
Gotta go fast, me laddie. Oh, Tail is way behind the bar right now. You know, we're gonna have to have a pint.
Me and Tails are gonna go down to the pub and have a pint.
Exactly.
It's absolutely smashed at the pub.
Oh, Robotnik is such a bastard.
But we don't have to imagine it because it's canon.
Ah, yes, indeed you do. Yes, it's actually, it looks like it's canon.
It's
Oh my
canon.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before we got into? Okay, we went from the movie to Shadow to canon. So we can go back to villains. I love Sonic villains.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Something that I wanted to get into. I saw on TikTok somebody talked about it already, but I want to talk to about it like during this podcast. If Sonic had a Sinister Six, who would they be?
Sinister Six. Oh.
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely Eggman.
Okay. Eggman, definitely.
For sure. Shadow. Actually, I don't consider Shadow or Chaos really villains because they have been known.
Yeah. Okay. Chaos and Shadow are more neutral characters.
Yeah, because Chaos was a misunderstood soul, and Shadow is always back and forth. So,
Although I always thought that Chaos, you know, he deserves a voice because he never had a voice.
yeah.
No. But anyway, so Chaos and Shadow are like neutral characters, so they don't count.
Yeah, I wouldn't count them in the Sinister Six. I would say Eggman is definitely one of them, and then
What about Infinite?
yeah, Infinite. We gotta have a New Age villain in there, so Infinite would work well.
Wait, let me see who else, because there's a lot of villains.
Yeah, there are lots of villains. Probably Metal Sonic.
Okay, Metal Sonic. Okay, so we have Eggman, we have Infinite, we have Metal Sonic. What about let me just remember, what was her name?
What about the character from Sonic 06? I always forget his name. It starts with an M.
Yeah.
Memphilis or something, right?
Mephiles, the Dark.
Yeah. I would call him.
Yeah, Mephiles the Dark. Although that's more actually kind of like an entity, an actual character.
Yeah, but like he can be, he's like manipulated and controlled.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
he
so
would count.
yeah, okay, I get it. So we have, okay, so let's put it this way. So we have Eggman, we have Metal Sonic, we have Infinite, we have Mephiles the Dark. Which one of the three? I always forget their names. The three horn monsters. Which one would you put in the Sinister Six?
Oh, from Sonic Lost World,
Yes,
the red one. I always forget his name too, but the red one.
I think it's Zox.
Yeah, you're right. It's something like that.
It's something with Z. I know it is.
Yeah.
It's him, and then the last one. Who should I put? You know what? Like, even though he appeared in the comics, he never actually kind of like he never actually had like kind of like how can I put this? An appearance in the games, I think. Fang the Sniper.
Maybe I was thinking of there's this one character from the Archie comics. I don't remember his name, but he's like this old dude with these pointed ears. And
wait,
he's
are
like,
you talking about wait, pointy ears? Wait a minute, are you talking about the one who was kind of like the assistant of Robotnik?
no, not that one, but that one could work actually. Yeah, he was in the cartoons. Hold on, let me do a little research here.
By the way, before as we are searching, I just want to say that I'm really looking forward for Sonic Frontiers.
No, yeah, for sure. I am definitely looking forward to that game. That game, it's looking to be free roam, which could be game changing for the Sonic.
Definitely.
yeah,
Also,
video games. They've done like I feel like they're probably trying to rip off the success of like Breath of the Wild and Pokemon Legends Arceus now because they've
yeah.
like
Also,
free roam.
Jacob, what is the? I know I played this game. What is the Sonic game where you had kind of like a human princess and Eggman also looked like more human-like?
Oh, that's that's Sonic 06, the one that Memphis is in.
Yeah, so that's the one. Yeah, I mean that game also has a lot of hate from people, especially what they did with Eggman. But overall, I thought it was a nice, solid game.
The game was very much rushed and very much
that's true. Because I felt like the characters, especially the human like princess, because I felt like they could have done a lot of great things with her, a lot of great things. But I thought she was, I mean, Eggman was Eggman, but she was a little bit wasted when it comes to the story.
That game was broken, glitchy. It had like the voice acting didn't always line up, and a lot of people don't like the fact that they had a human kissing Sonic in the ending.
Okay, well, I don't complain about that because that for me it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine for a lot of people, but a lot of other people were very uncomfortable with that. Oh, I think our final Sinister Six member should be Scourge.
Scourge.
Yeah, if we were trying to pull one from the comics so that we had like more variety, Scourge is probably bigger than the one I was thinking of. The one that I was thinking of is a little lesser known. So,
yeah,
like Scourge.
But also Scourge, Scourge the Hedgehog, for me personally, is also one of those underrated villains because I think like Scourge deserves a little bit more respect as a character.
Yeah, he's just like cool, like he's a cool character.
Yeah, I mean, like, and also you and I and Peyton talked about it when he was showing you my fan cast of the characters. Like, I can definitely see Patton Oswalt as Scourge. Like,
yeah, he definitely has a voice for it. I see it a lot. I definitely see it as well.
Yeah, and again, like you said, I mean, would you consider? I mean, Rouge the Bat, for example. I know I'm jumping to different characters, but Rouge the Bat, she's basically the Catwoman of Sonic.
Definitely.
So, and I think also like Shadow and and Chaos. I think like Rouge is also like a neutral character.
Yeah, Omega too as well.
Yeah, Omega as well.
They can be either or. Like it really just depends on the game. They need to do more with their character development. I feel they need to do more things with Shadow that I feel like they don't do enough because he's usually always just a quick boss fight and then he's on your team. I feel like they should do another Shadow game, but don't do what they did in 2005.
Yeah, with the guns and the swearing and everything. Like,
yeah, well, maybe guns, but not as much swearing and not as much blood. And
yeah, exactly.
I feel like they could get a lot of success out of a Shadow game.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I was introduced to her character in Sonic X, but I will say this: I think that there's another character. I think they should, in a way, bring her back, and that is Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah, she needs to be in more games. Cream the Rabbit for sure.
I mean, when I watched her in Sonic X, I was like, bloody hell, like she's so cute. Like she could be like, they should have used her more.
She's definitely.
I really love her in Sonic X.
She's definitely a character that won't be playable in any games, but she's a good comedic relief character / childish, kid-friendly character to have, and they could definitely benefit with bringing Cream back.
To a game.
Actually, they don't have enough representation when it comes to some of the cartoons because a lot of the characters in the cartoons are in games, but they're just not in as many games as they should be.
Yeah, totally. Also, what were the games? Because I do remember them. What were the games where basically Sonic was fighting like? In one game, I know he was fighting like a purple genie, And then in one game, he was playing like King Arthur, I think. Like a
Yeah, those are
Black
Sonic
Knight
and the
version of
Secret
him.
Rings. Those are Sonic and the Secret Ring, and Sonic, Sonic and the Black Knight.
Yeah, I felt like both those villains, I felt like they were actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they're definitely cool. Those games had interesting gameplay, but they also had really nice cutscenes. Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
animated ones.
definitely.
Those cutscenes are probably some of the best they've had. I remember watching the opening scene for Sonic and the Black Knight, and he's just got the chili dogs and he's tossing it up. And then he goes and like fights all those people that were surrounding him, and then he goes back to his original place and catches it before it hits the ground. Like that was badass.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that.
Also, there's another character, actually, I do remember her from the comics, even though I would say this, out of all the parts of Sonic franchise that I'm actually I'm more or less familiar with are the Sonic comics, because I only read like maybe like 4 or 5 of them. I didn't read all of them, but there's a character.
I'm definitely there with you when it comes to Sonic comics. I haven't read very many. Back whenever I was really into Sonic, I collected the Sonic X Mega Man comics that they did, the crossover. Those were awesome. I didn't get them all, but I definitely recommend it. And then I also collected some of the just like some one-offs, just some random like free comic book day Sonic comic. I'll take that. One issue like new comic book series coming out. I'll take that. Archie did a bunch of they were everywhere back whenever I was collecting them. So like they did a lot of different things.
Yeah, because when I was reading the comics, those like 4 or 5 of them, there was a character that actually I really remember her from the comics, and I think like she could work. Not only she can work in the games, but I think she can work in even being part of the Sonic cinematic universe. Do you remember a character, Lien Da?
Lien
She
Da
kind of looks like a Knuckles and Black Widow had a baby.
Hold on.
I mean, you know what I mean in a bizarre way.
Here, while I look for that, I want to bring up some characters from the comics that I would want in video games. I would want Bunnyrabbat, the half bunny, half rabbit character. She's also from an older cartoon, but she's more prominent in the comics. She is a really cool character, and I would want her in a game. I feel like she could have she could have her own like side quests in a game or something. Like she feels like a very playable character. Rabbits jump high. She has robotic limbs, so she can have like different weapons.
Welcome back to me.
Sorry.
Weapon returns.
Yeah. I had I was doing a crossover with Sonic.
Oh yeah.
That's okay.
Find all those golden rings.
Of course. I mean, I know which character you're talking about. Sorry if I'm jumping again to Jacob, but I know which character you're talking about. Isn't her full name Bunny D. Kool-Aid or something?
Something like that. Yeah, she marries a character in the comic. She marries a character called Arthur in the comics, who's also in that same cartoon.
But I will say this: out of all the characters that I know from Sonic, I mean, of course, in the upcoming movies or in the in the Sonic cinematic universe. Because, by the way, if you don't know, the producer of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 actually confirmed they're working on a Sonic cinematic universe. They're working to actually build it. And I want to see of all the characters, because trust me, just like you, Jacob, like there's a lot of characters that I know, and you've seen it when I was doing the fan cast. You've seen how many characters I know. But there is another one that I really fell in love with her in the games.
You talking about her?
Yes, Lien Da, something like that. Yeah, but there's another female character. People, when you ask Sonic fans her name, they will know who she is, but I would love to see Blaze the cat.
Blaze has only really been in a couple games.
Yeah.
She's been in Sonic Rush 2, because that's where she originated, I believe. I think she first appeared in Sonic Rush 2. And then she was also in Sonic 06 along with Silver. But
Yeah.
I don't think she's been playable since Sonic Rush 2.
I don't think she was, no, because I mean, I remember a little bit of the games, but not quite everything.
I don't remember if she was playable or not, but I definitely remember her. Also, Styx was in that game as well. I think
Yeah.
Styx might have originated in that game too.
Mhm.
Blaze definitely needs more, needs to be in the games more. I feel like she can definitely be like a playable type thing. They should do another Sonic game where they just have multiple characters and different abilities and different missions and different levels. Like Sonic, he's all about the speed. Tails, he's all about like tech and like maybe like solving puzzle levels. And then Knuckles,
Yeah.
the searching character, and then they could do Blaze where you need like fire or something. I could see like I talked about this before, but I want a Sonic fighting game like Street Fighter.
Really?
Yeah, like a Street Fight, like not a Street Fighter crossover, but a Sonic fighting game that would be funny. But no, like a Sonic fighting game that plays like Street Fighter. You know, like it's a side view.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, Jacob. But when you said Street Fighter crossover, I just had in my mind like some of the mashups you can do, like.
Yeah, he knows Street Fighter probably more than Sonic.
Yeah. I mean, I could see like Knuckles versus Akuma. That'd be crazy.
That would be
crazy to see.
intense.
Intense as hell.
Ryu
But
versus
yeah, I get your idea. But I mean, although I kind of doubted that Sega will do a thing like that, but
Well,
hey,
you gotta remember,
was-
they did do a Sonic fighting game called Sonic Fighters back in the day. And it was
Right.
like in a boxing
You're
ring,
right.
and it was sort of like that kind of thing that I wanted. It was but it was on a different, it was on a 3D plane. I want just a 2D plane fighting game. There's actually a Sonic fan game that they have out right now that is basically just that, what I just described to you. It's a Sonic fighting game, and they have taken like moves from different fighting games. Like they've taken moves from Street Fighter, moves from Guilty Gear and other things, and they've like given it to characters that it makes sense. Like there's a pretty funny one where Blaze does the Dark Ryu ultimate, like where he's just like it goes dark and then you see just fists and then they turn around and it's the flame letters behind them. It's kind of weird, but it's fun and it's a very interesting game.
yeah,
I feel Sonic or like Sega should invest in like hiring fans as game developers because they could definitely benefit from that.
well, this would be basically like a dream come true for a lot of Sonic fans. But honestly, when it comes to Sega, I mean, I don't see them do like a fighting game with Sonic anytime soon. Honestly, you know.
Yeah, it would probably be like a thing they do in the future when they need like a game to just throw out
Yeah.
to keep the fans like satisfied for a while. They so when it comes to Sega, they usually only make Sonic games. Sega hasn't made a different game other than Sonic in a while. I know they probably help out with a lot of game development. I know I think they're involved in Bayonetta and Persona games.
Didn't they do the Metal Gear Solid games?
Oh yeah, I think they do those too.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid or Capcom might have those. I don't remember. I don't. No. That's Konami.
Okay. Yeah.
Konami.
Right.
Yeah.
You can tell my video game knowledge is very scarce.
No, it's good. But
It's good. Also,
I'm getting
now,
off Sonic topic here, but I want the Knights, Sega Knights, like Sega's game it's called Knights.
I recall it, but like very little. I have very little memories of it.
It's very interesting. I like the characters' designs. They did a crossover with a bunch of Sega All Stars Tennis.
Mm-hmm.
That was a silly game. It had Sonic, Knights, the monkey ball. Oh yeah, monkey ball. There you go. There's another game that they released. Sega released a monkey ball game recently, new monkey ball game. So I was wrong. I stand corrected.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
I just want to.
Go ahead.
Now, I just want to say that, we're not going to leave Peyton behind, with basically being mute all the time. So this time we're going to approach another part of Sonic franchise, that I think you'll be much more familiar with.
Actually, before you go on, I had a few questions, and I just have a general curiosity about some of this stuff. Okay, so my first question, do you two know the origin of why Sonic likes chili dogs? Is it like a behind the scenes type thing?
I don't know if there's an origin, but I do know that it started in the TV shows, in the cartoons.
Yes.
For sure. I remember, I think it was probably the earliest Sonic TV show. He would just be like chili dogs, and like he would just he would get chili dogs, and it was just a thing that he did. He just loved eating chili dogs.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and they sort of brought it into the games over the years and made it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Jacob. I think like it originated from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog TV show. I think that's actually where it comes from. I think, and after that, basically Sega, they're like, you know what? Let's gonna bring that to the games as well. And they did.
I don't think it was that an employee was just like sitting at his like desk, like eating a chili dog, and he comes in and he's like, quickly, we need a food for Sonic to like, and he's just like, chili dogs. Like, no, I don't think it happened like that. I feel like it was a creative design choice during the cartoon's development, because they were like, okay, we need Sonic to eat some type of like favorite food. Like we need him to eat something like in the show, like something that'll give him some more character. So they just came up with that and just kind of rolled with it. And it's been in the games and the comics everywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, I mean, when you just said, like, I just keep trying to keep imagining how an employee would, like, basically, like, you have everybody in the board saying, like, quickly, we have to find out, which food will Sonic eat. Like, we have to have any ideas, guys. Come on. And
pizza? Oh wait, no, that's the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, it might be actually because the fast food restaurant Sonic was starting to get more popular, and they were actually known partially for their chili dogs. So maybe they were like, this place is called Sonic, so let's take their most popular food and make it their like favorite food or whatever. Like that could have been an origin.
I mean, can you imagine?
I have a good bet on that.
Did the first movie have a promotion with the Sonic franchise, the Sonic fast food franchise? Because if they didn't, that is a very missed opportunity.
I think they don't. I'm not quite sure. I think they don't.
Okay. Well, now I know what we need to do before we see the next Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hey, I have a question for you, Alan. In Croatia, do they have the McDonald's Sonic stuff yet?
Nope.
No? Okay, then they're doing a McDonald's promotion, and it is supposed to go worldwide, but it's only in one place right now, I'm pretty sure. And they have like a bunch of different toys, and it's kind of a spoiler, but there's a supersonic toy. So like,
I mean, honestly, here's the thing.
It could have just been a toy. It could have just been a toy choice, but like that's what I saw.
But here's the thing. I mean,
it could have been fake. It could be fake.
I mean, I would say right now, I mean, there's been a lot of time when we all see like a toy set about something that could be spoiler-ish, and then all we're like, huh, that actually never happened.
Yeah, like whenever they did the Hulk busting out of the Hulk Buster armor Funko Pop, but that never happened in the movie ever.
No.
Like that it could just be a stunt to make you want to watch the movie more.
Yeah.
So like they could just be like, hey, there's a supersonic toy in McDonald's. Go see the movie, and then
I mean, you have
it doesn't even happen. So
you have to be careful, like watching like movie trailers and movies. You'd be better off just not watching the trailer, because there's so much misdirection anymore.
Yeah, but also I will say this: when I saw the second trailer, the final trailer, where basically you have Robotnik going like, say goodbye to humanity, welcome to the new dawn, and basically he like flies away and creates this kind of like a big twister. When I was watching that scene, I was like, I think that's the finale. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and I'll be honest, like, I mean, we're gonna jump to that in the movie section, but I just want to say this, like, you know, that okay, sometimes you have to do something to push people to watch a movie. In this case, like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but also at the same time, when you have a supersonic figure, you're like, you know, you're telling them a lie. Like, you know, you're lying to me, you bastards.
Yeah.
Could you? Like, yeah. Also, speaking of like TV shows, because I think like now we're gonna have to go to Peyton's territory. Like,
Wait.
I will say this.
Peyton, did you have any more questions first?
Yeah. I don't know if you two talked about this, but do you know anything about like the origin of Sonic, like how it was actually made
I do.
and like the inspiration and whatnot? Because
I do.
I'm really curious, considering that they go so many directions, and somebody was like, okay, let's do this, and then they're like, are you crazy?
I do. Yeah. So Sega needed a way to needed a mascot to rival with Nintendo's mascot.
Yeah.
So they were trying a lot of different things. They released a lot of new games, and that didn't hit, and it wasn't popular. So I remember seeing old concept art. Sonic was actually a much more detailed hedgehog. His quills were more spiky, like really spiky, and he was brown. And he had a different name. Actually, no. Actually, no. He started as a rabbit.
Okay.
He started as a
Yeah,
rabbit.
right.
And then they went to the hedgehog and they made him brown, and he had a different name. And then they made him blue and called him Sonic.
Wasn't actually one time, I don't know if this is true, but wasn't actually one part of the story where one time he was like a raccoon?
Maybe. I think maybe in really early development. I do remember that probably the earliest concept art for Sonic was a Bunnyrabbat, and then it may have shifted from raccoon to hedgehog. But that's how he started. He started as a way to try and fight back against Nintendo, and there was that whole war era, like the big Nintendo versus Sega video game war that went on.
I mean,
Even
right?
yeah. And
yeah,
even
because it was basically
Bandicoot got into it, they would always take shots and jabs at each other in the commercials. It was pretty funny.
because basically it was like you said, it was a mascot war. Basically, you know, like Nintendo had Mario, Sega had Sonic, and also who also joined the battle, which is actually a true thing. Who also joined the battle was actually Crash Bandicoot from Naughty Dog, because Crash Bandicoot was their mascot. Basically, you know, and it was basically like a battle of mascots, you know, and that's basically like you said, Jacob, and that's actually true. How Sonic was created, because they needed a mascot. But I will say this: the one part I don't remember, how they made him blue, because I know.
I don't remember how they came up with the concept. I think they just kind of were like, "This is boring. He's too bland of a character. We need to make him more exciting," you know.
Make him more cartoonish and blue.
Yeah, and when Sonic the Hedgehog blew up and became their big hitter, they were like, all right, time to start making a new one. And they went into making Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They started getting more characters, giving Sonic a best friend, sort of building the foundation. And then the rest is history.
All right.
Any more questions, Peyton?
No, I think I'm good. I think I had one a while back, and then just like, you know, you two just started talking. I'm like, I think I got all I needed. So
okay, fair enough.
Just kind of filled up all your questions just by talking right here.
Oh, I know. Like I've had nothing to. I've hardly had anything to contribute to this entire podcast.
That's why
come on, Peyton.
No, I'm just saying it's been really entertaining.
Yeah, that's good. That's why we're now switching into something you're more familiar with, the movies, because we have seen it and we're going to see it April 8th. Well, no, April 6th. April 6th.
Yeah.
We're going. We
say,
are seeing it April 6th because it's a special fan event, and we're hoping maybe we get some free stuff out of it.
I will say something that will screw you over. I'm actually seeing it tomorrow.
I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, is that an early fan release type thing?
I think it is because sometimes it could be very tricky because sometimes I know there are some European countries that can get it a little bit earlier than the US. And it looks
but then
like
again, you're getting it pretty early than usual. Like I know, like usually when other European countries will get it early, they'll get it a couple days earlier, but this is like a whole week, almost a week and a half earlier. So maybe it's a fan event plus it's being released earlier. So
yeah, because it's going to be released in Croatian dub and also in English. And I'm gonna watch the English version, because I really hate the Croatian dub personally, Like,
yeah, you gotta get the voices.
Exactly. I want to hear Idris Elba as Knuckles. I want to hear it.
Yes. When they casted him, I was like, oh geez, are they gonna make him sexy? Because a lot of his characters are like they sound sexy. Like I'm not just saying that. Like a lot of people have opinionated them about that. And
With the exception of Tails, because Tails sounds cute.
yeah, well, like I mean, like characters that he voice acts or like plays as, like in the Suicide Squad movies or in the movie, I guess. And then
Thor movies.
the Thor movie, like
Yeah.
he's like a very sexy character, like in terms of like his voice. And whenever I heard Knuckles as his voice and I heard it in the trailer, I was like, it's sexy. Like I mean, like, but it's not as sexy as his previous voices, I would say.
Well, it also sounds like very grizzled in a way.
Yeah,
Very grizzled.
Whenever I first saw that trailer, I kept repeating it to myself, like whenever I was alone. Like I was in my room alone and I was like, you really think I need your power?
Do I look like I need your power?
Yeah.
Or when he's like, basically breaking Agent Stone's hand, he's like, I'm the Echidna warrior. Like that, the way how he said it was so badass. It
Yeah.
was so intimidating, and and I love that. But before we go to the movies, I just want to go to another stop, guest stop, basically. Before we go to the movies.
A bit of a pit stop.
Now, the TV shows were never for everybody, that's for sure. But I will say this: I watched all the TV shows personally, even though the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog for me didn't actually work because I never didn't actually like that kind of animation and being so childish, but because the only episode I ever watched of the first one was the one where basically Robotnik, with the epic meme, snooping as usual. Like that's the only episode I watched because I wanted to hear, what's the fuss about, basically, But I would say the real TV show that basically made me dive into the Sonic universe when it comes to on the screen was actually Sonic X. That was actually the one that brought into the world of Sonic. And even though I know, like you said, Jacob, like Sonic X is not for everybody. Like Sonic is not for everybody's cup of tea. But for me personally, I liked it. I like the story. I like the characters. I love the relationship between Sonic and the kid.
The theme song?
I would say right now, the kid gay thing, shut the fuck up. Okay? They were just friends. Nothing more.
Yeah, I don't like it when they make human
but
characters.
I will say this, like at first I watched the English version.
I don't like it when they take human characters and try and put them with the Sonic made characters, the animal characters. It's just kind of weird to me. But
I don't know, like in Sonic X for me personally, it kind of works because all the human characters in Sonic X for me personally were actually interesting. Like from the kid all the way to like the fucking president of the United States, like even he was like interesting.
They had some
find out more about him, and
they
even
had
like
some
the
pretty
story.
badass moments in that cartoon. Like the introduction, the first appearance of Dark Sonic. Whenever
Ooh, yes.
he was trying to so basically it's a fully dark black version of Sonic and he has white eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've seen Sonic X. I don't know if you've seen that though.
Yeah.
he was trying to use the Chaos Emeralds, but at the same time, it looked like they had killed. What's his name? Is his name? It starts with an A, right? It looked like they killed
I
him.
think it was, yeah.
It looked like that
I
they
think
killed him.
I'm not quite sure, but I think they did.
And I don't think they killed him for real, but it made him seem like he died. So like he started to become hateful, and he became like, instead of using the Chaos Emeralds like light energy, he got imbued with negative energy and became Dark Sonic. And that was probably one of the coolest moments that the show had, for sure. I definitely liked
And
Sonic.
I would say this for me personally. I mean, for me personally, I would say one of the most. I mean, I remember like sometimes I even shed a tear when that scene came. But like when basically you had this confrontation between the kid and Shadow. You know, when he was basically trying to unleash his revenge on what they did to Maria and Joe Robotnik, etc., etc. You know, because even though I will say this, that was pretty dark. Like they even showed, even though it was off screen, but you will know where it was going. They were trying to kill Maria. Like you can actually see it in a way, like trying to shoot her. But I will say this: that confrontation with the kid and Shadow, that for me was so powerful. Like not just simply it goes deeper into Shadow's character, but also like remembering what Maria said, her promise, and like helping humanity, not being bad and everything, and the way how when basically the kid fainted and Shadow grabbed him, and you can see the tear in his eyes, like man, just remembering it gives me chills.
It was a very
such a powerful scene.
I definitely agree. It was very powerful, very pulling at the heartstrings. But now we should definitely start talking more about what Peyton can join in with us with the movie. What were your thoughts on the Sonic movie when you first saw it, Peyton?
I thought it was okay. For like video game movies, they're infamous for not being the best, and I'm just gonna be honest and say that the whole format of like, hey, look at this famous character that we know, going into, oh no, the real world, what's gonna happen? Oh, shenanigans in San Francisco, but this was actually pretty fun. And probably one of the best things about this for me personally was Jim Carrey as Robotnik, because we got classic Carrey right there. We got 90s Carrey, but like in a more like blockbuster, like in a more modern blockbuster type setting. So,
And I love the idea that the first movie was like an origin story of Robotnik, basically.
It was.
I love that.
Yeah, because he was like, we've never seen him like that before, with hair and with like he was still sort of crazy like Robotnik is, and with the tech and things, but it really started to take off when we saw that end credit scene, and he's got like the full beard, and he's like, come on man, we'll die here, I'll be back before Christmas. And it's like, that's Robotnik, there he is. And then you just know that there's going to be a Sonic 2.
Oh yeah, I love that scene where basically he's like, he was basically shaving his head, and it's like, okay, that's the Robotnik we know. And I'm like, my grasp of sanity became absolute. And he's like, is that right, Agent Stone? Basically talking to a fucking rock, which basically means he's nuts. And like, do some rock reconnaissance. Come on, that's hilarious. What's the matter with you? By the way, that moment, it sounded like Mac Pollock, like Eggman, like the way he was going a little bit with that voice.
Reconnaissance.
Yes, and I love, like you said, like here's the hint, here's the cinch. Uninhabited planet, no resources, no supplies, no way home. Less than man will die here. I'll be home by Christmas.
Oh, and his assistant was like hilarious,
very funny, good comic relief.
Great bounce off of with Jim Carrey.
Oh my god, yes. And I have to say, like, I even like the way how they introduced. I even like the way how they introduced Sonic in the movie. Like from the very quick origin when he was a kid from the beginning, all the way his life in the human world. Like I love that.
Yeah, Ben Schwartz, honestly, I've heard the voice of Sonic And Ben Schwartz as his character, honestly, really good. I think it fits with the character, and Ben Schwartz is like making a name for himself in voice acting. So like he's playing Leonardo and then the new Ninja Turtle show, playing Dewey in DuckTales. Woo.
Yeah. I also wanted to touch on a big controversy regarding the first movie. If you remember,
Oh yeah.
he didn't always look like that.
No.
Oh,
I remember my first time seeing that promotional poster and being like, what the fuck?
Oh, it got worse. Like,
And then the trailer came out.
like it started with like just some legs and then a silhouette of Sonic.
And also, can we just admit Gangster's Paradise was a wrong choice?
They were trying to replicate what they did with Alvin and the Chipmunks and making the animals look realistic. And it worked for Alvin and the Chipmunks because they had good acting in it. They had good music set for it, and they had a pretty good budget because their first movie was really good. So it ended up working. But this movie just did not work. Sonic does not look like that. I signed like 5 petitions. I'm not kidding. Online, I signed like 5 or 6 petitions to get them to change it. And I remember the day that they announced they were going to change it. I was like, thank you so much, because they tweeted a picture of this big sign and Sonic's hands holding it, and then some really overly buffed, muscular legs, like on purpose buffed legs. Let me see if I can find it. And it said something like, "Sorry, I haven't skipped leg day. I'm gonna go skip leg day for a while." And like, so, hold on, let me see if I can find it. I don't remember what exactly it said, but I remember seeing that and being like, that is the funniest thing and the most happy thing I've ever seen all day. I was so happy that that they did that.
I heard about the behind the scenes with it too, and the studio that did the CGI on Sonic, which they had to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Here we go. It says, "Can't a guy work out? Be back next year." Sonic. So they delayed the movie another year, and they on purpose made his legs extra muscular in this image. And
I remember that. I do remember that. Also, basically everybody was horrified when you see their
just pointy teeth and
the teeth.
I don't like thinking about it.
Like, oh my God! Like, and by the way, can we just
pointy teeth? He had human teeth.
Yes,
That's what was wrong.
Human. He had human teeth, and like he was basically
Let's pull
like
up an image of what he looked like.
now, and he was like, and when he was like screaming, he was like, see my fucking teeth. They're so human. Look at my teeth. Like,
So this is the redesign, right? This is the one that we really like. The good one.
Isn't that a fan?
Is this the fan one?
It looks like a band design.
No, I think that's the real one.
Okay.
no, that's the real one.
I think that's the real one. And then this was the horrifying one.
Abomination.
His eyes are way too small. The nose, where did it go? Okay. And then the awful, gross human teeth. Like, no. I hated it. I hated it so much.
Listen, guys, can we just appreciate, respect that the director and Paramount was like, you know what, we're listening to you guys. The design, it doesn't, you don't like it, but
don't
actually
see
like
that a lot.
we
You
hate
do not
it.
see that a lot when it comes to like companies when they're releasing something. They usually stick to it. They're like, oh, screw the fans. We're gonna release it how we want to release it. But Sega was like, all right, yeah, this is horrible. Let's redo it.
Yeah.
And then they did it, and it's just
Yes. I mean,
you gotta respect that.
The entire movie, when the official fresh new trailer came out, the entire movie was basically, you had a feeling like it was entirely had an entire reshoot, basically, because it was a different feeling, basically, you know. And also, like, I love that how the director, Paramount and Sega, I love, like, you know, the first few scenes of the trailer, you basically, okay, guys, you wanted to redesign Sonic? Here it is in all its glory. And I was like, yes, now he looks like fucking Sonic. I was like, yes, the gloves, the shoes, the looks, like, because there's no way you can make a character like Sonic human because he's too much cartoonish.
Do you
He's
want
too
to
much
see?
cartoonish.
Do you want
You
to see
can't.
something that a lot of people? I don't think a lot of people know about this, but you know how they had the baby scene at the beginning of the Sonic movie?
Yep.
That was in the original movie with the original design. So, but like
That worked.
they had, okay, so this was the redesigned baby Sonic, right?
Yep.
And then there's not a full picture of it, but there's a behind the scenes, an unrendered version. It's not fully rendered. I think this is real. Look, he doesn't have shoes on. He's terrifying.
The horror.
So like we could have been stuck with that, okay? We could have been stuck with that.
I want to ask you one thing. What did you all thought about the ring change they did?
Oh, the rings, the portal, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it was cool. It's a better way to use the rings in the movie because they. I feel like in a world where it's not a portal, it would have been left out of the movie completely. There would have been no rings.
I mean,
Maybe it's like an Easter egg, like cameo, like when he hits the ground, a bunch of rings fall out, and he's just like, that's weird, and then he keeps going or something. But I'm glad they made it so that it was something that was important to the movie instead of just having it as like a joke or something.
I just want to say that usually when you do a movie where you have CGI characters and human characters, I mean, few examples, Yogi Bear or the Smurfs or like Space Jam even, or even like Who Framed Roger Rabbit even.
One of the greatest.
Yes. The point is that, you know, that it's very difficult to like, you know, basically make a movie where you have fictional characters and real people. And most of the times, the Smurfs, Yogi Bear, you know, they don't.
Not one of the Chipmunks.
Don't remind me of the Smurfs.
They
movie.
don't work, but in Sonic the Hedgehog, it actually works. All the human characters were fine, every single one of them. And like you said, Peyton,
Well, no,
I
Alvin and the Chipmunks worked
The
because
first
old
one, and then they kept making
like,
more.
Well, like the thing is with the like with the topic we're talking about, the human aspect of it, adding humans to the universe, still works with Alvin and the Chipmunks because Alvin and the Chipmunks in their origins were raised by human Dave. So
Well, actually, that works.
it works in their aspect of that there are humans in the movie, but like the Smurfs, there's never been a human besides the big that guy. I forget his name. Gargamel, yeah. And then Yogi Bear.
say one thing.
There hasn't really been many.
I was just talking about how the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, they kept, each one was worse than the other.
Yeah, each one got worse and worse as it went on. I guess
I just want to say this. When it comes to Alvin and the Chipmunks, I will say this. The first movie I appreciate for what it was. I like the idea. The other ones, not so much. But I will say this, and hey, I'm gonna admit, and I know a lot of people will love to kill me for it, but the Smurfs are my guilty pleasure.
I mean, I can see
the
that.
Smurfs movies are your Shadow the Hedgehog, huh?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, but also I just want to say this, like every single character in the first movie for me personally worked. And I mean, first and foremost, the chase between Robotnik and Sonic, I love that. The entire sequence was great.
Scene, I agree.
Like from New York, all the San Francisco to like France to China, to the Wall of China to Egypt. Like I love the entire chase. I loved it. And also, I just want to say, I mean, Ben Schwartz as Sonic, like he was great. Even though I'm used to do Roger Craig Smith as Sonic, like he's fantastic. Just like Mike Pollock as Eggman.
He has
But
that sort of like smart, like witty, like tone to him for sure. Like return to sender. Like, you know, like that's definitely something Sonic would say.
Exactly. And the first movie, you know, Ben Schwartz actually worked. Like his voice actually worked. It really fits Sonic's character when it comes to the portrayal. And I have to also say that, that even though Sonic was great and every single human character was great, but you have to all admit the one who stole the movie was Jim Carrey as Robotnik. He was
100%.
amazing in it. I mean, who can forget the truck scene where he was dancing and like basically using the quill and listening to the music? I mean, like evil.
I hope we get another dancing Robotnik scene in this movie, or else I'm not gonna like it.
What?
Yeah.
I said I'm not gonna lie. I said I hope we get another Jim Carrey dancing scene in the second movie, or else I'm not gonna like it.
I think we can get it. I think
it's a possibility. I think it's pretty likely.
Yeah,
I want to say that they're going a new route with this Sonic 2 movie, because I don't think it's ever been canon that Eggman is able to use the chaos energy on himself. He usually uses it to power his machines in the games and comics.
Yes, that is true.
He's never used it to power himself, and I feel like that is a very interesting, creative choice, and I'm definitely keen to see what they do with it.
I mean, I will say this: I don't even remember in the games ever seeing Eggman using the Master Emerald. I never even remember seeing.
No, he's tried to steal it multiple times, right? But he's never used it in a machine in the games ever. I don't think, unless I'm like think, because there are other like Sonic spin-off games that I've never played or seen anything on. Like he could have very likely stolen the Master Emerald in the Sonic Chronicles games, which those are like RPG type games. But like I've never played them, so I wouldn't know. So as far as my knowledge is, he's never used the Master Emerald. He's never used any of the Chaos Emeralds in the way that he's using it in the movie.
Yes.
But I'm not even sure if there are other Chaos Emeralds in the movie. It might just be the Master Emerald.
Also, I just want to say I cannot wait to see the Death Egg.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I cannot wait to see that machine, because in the arcade games, I love that robot. I love that robot. His design and everything.
It's definitely really cool. But
and I will say this: I'm so happy that they brought back the voice actress for Tails from the games, because no one can replace that voice. No one.
There was literally no one that can replace her unless it was an exact impersonation of Tails. Like if it was exact. Like I did not want anyone else to even try to attempt a new voice with Tails. It should have been her. It only is her, and I will only want her as Tails.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say this.
I think we've sped past our time limit here, so we should wrap up our final thoughts here, Alan.
No, I just want to say like one more thing, like because first and foremost, like we all agree that Knuckles at first he'll be a villain, but then later on, they will team up against.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely. That's obvious.
Knuckles is being manipulated by Eggman in this movie. He will definitely turn signs by the end of it.
Exactly. So I'm gonna say this because one of my friends who already in America seen a pre-screening of Sonic told me that there is like a mid-crate scene. And basically the only thing he told me is that get ready to get your mind blown. Like there's a thing. So I was going through a few options, what could happen, and I want to see your opinions. Okay.
Okay.
I think most likely, I'm just gonna say right now, Shadow.
I don't think it will be him, because I think for Shadow it's too soon.
You think?
I think it's too soon for him. But here's the thing. My first possibility is either Amy Rose, Big the Cat, or other characters, or all of them, basically.
Yeah, maybe like an Avengers Infinity War type theme where they all jump out of the rings and it's just everyone here.
Something like that. Or it could be one of them, possibly Amy. The second actually theory could be possible, is a teaser for Metal Sonic. A teaser. Yeah.
Metal Sonic, the Metal Sonic storyline leads into Shadow, so maybe the next movie after the third one, but the Metal Sonic is all about Robotnik trying to clone a perfect version of Sonic, and he eventually lands with Shadow. So
yeah,
Shadow might not actually be in this movie. I would like to see Metal Sonic at the end credits in this movie more than I would like to see Shadow. I think Shadow will be the surprise villain of the next movie, not build up for part of the movie.
Who knows? I mean, we should see. Also, my third theory is a teaser for Supersonic or the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
That could be possible. Then number 4 is a setup for the Knuckles TV series.
Oh, oh yeah, I forgot about that. They were talking. There's a Knuckles TV series in the talks.
And Idris Elba is gonna return to voice him.
Yeah, of course.
So it could be a setup
Because
for the
they're
Knuckles
planning
TV
a
series.
Sonic cinematic universe. Gotta have a
That's it.
TV in there, some TV show in there somewhere, huh?
SCU.
Now, here's the thing.
Well, and this is totally off topic, but I've seen somebody talk about wanting a Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe, which would be funny, but never gonna happen.
Nah, too many characters, and a lot of them will
Too
never
much
ever.
licensing issues.
Yes, exactly. The licensing thing will be too difficult.
Yeah.
Number 5 is what you said, teaser for Shadow. I
It's
said,
not likely, but I hope. That's my one. It's my 100% one.
That's what I think. But for me personally, I think it is unlikely, but it's still possible. It's still possible. Number 6. Now, here's what I want to see your opinions. Here's what I said. Number 6 is other unexpected characters / villains appear. What do you think of that?
Possibility.
I think they could pull out a chaos. I think maybe like a chaos type teaser.
Yeah, I mean, it could be possible. I mean, I would love to see for example, a teaser for Omega or Rouge the Bat or like someone like that.
I want Robotnik to at some point in these movies design the robots that talk to him, like his robot assistants, like the orb or the square, or even the ones from the old TV shows, like the chicken one and the one with the drill. Those guys are hilarious. I would love to see someone voice act with as them, and then have like that sort of charisma with Jim Carrey. I feel like they could definitely do something pretty great with that.
Yeah. Also, number 7, I put like setups for Sonic 3, which again could be connected to any of these theories I have. And number 8, okay, this number 8 is so unlikely because I just love the characters, but I put for 8 just for fun. I put Vector and his detective team.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun, but that's probably, it's so unlikely at this point. It would probably, I think that if they're setting up a cinematic universe and they're planning on doing more, I feel like that could start as a TV show, like a Chaotix TV show. And then like whatever they're building up to, the big final battle of this cinematic universe, they could bring in all the things from the cartoons and TV shows, and they can form the resistance and try and fight back against whatever is the big bad,
Exactly. And speaking of TV shows, I just want to say that even though it is childish, but I still think Sonic Boom is still a pretty interesting TV show. Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom is actually pretty funny, the TV show, not the games, but
It is, I mean,
it's pretty funny. There was probably my favorite funny moment that happened was Tails is like, but the baby can't eat a solid food. And then Sonic was like, well, just put it in the blender. And then Knuckles picks up the baby and walks over to the blender, and it's like, if you say so.
I love that. Also there. I remember an episode. I also remember an episode where basically Amy and Robotnik had like a secret meeting because they were like playing Fuzzy Puppies, which is basically like a Dungeons and Dragons version of like cute puppies. Like it was bizarre, but it was funny. Like I love that. Or even like there was another episode I remember. What was it?
It was on.
Right.
Sonic Boom, the cartoon was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yes, it was a Cartoon Network.
So it makes sense as to why it was a little bit silly. It had like the same sort of humor as Teen Titans, just not as goofy. But yeah.
Yeah, but there was also another episode where Robotnik was like, basically his lair was destroyed, and he had to had to spend like few nights with Sonic and Tails in their apartment, in their house.
Yeah, I remember.
Basically, like he was, and there's a moment in that episode where basically like, he showed his like obliterator bot, and basically, he was trying to command to destroy Sonic and his friends, and the robot says, "Fortress, destroy fortress, destroy fortress," and basically like, "Sonic, you're gonna help me." "Why should I? Because if you don't, my level will be completely destroyed, and I will have to literally live with you. Let's roll."
Yeah.
Like
He was like, "Okay, let's go."
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
there's a lot that we could talk about Sonic more of, but
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's time to wrap up.
I mean,
you think?
I just want to say for last thing, I just want to say like, what are your basically expectations for Sonic 2?
To be fun, action-packed, and Jim Carrey is going to steal the show again.
I expect more references, a great soundtrack. I want there to be some type of remix of the Chemical Plant music in it somehow, because the Chemical Plant Zone music is so good. You should definitely give it a listen to, excuse me. And then yeah, Jim Carrey definitely is going to steal the show again. And I'm excited for that end credit scene or mid credit scene.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stay after. There's no
I'm probably gonna stay until all of the credits are done, just because I like listening to the music. Because the last time their end credit was really good. It was a nice music that they had at the end of that movie.
I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like you said, I cannot wait for like references and Easter eggs and like so many connections with the video games. And also, I mean, come on, I just can't wait to see Sonic and Tails together, and also Knuckles, Jim Carrey as Robotnik. Like, there's so many great things, and also, I'm also expecting at least like all the human characters to basically like have some 1 or 2 moments where basically they can shine as well.
Yeah, I want the main core of the story to be Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman. Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, they can have their moments, but for the most part, they should be side characters. I want the actual Sonic like characters that we know to be the big main focus of this movie.
Oh, I mean, he will definitely be the big focus. He will definitely be, but like I said, I just want like for them to like have 1 or 2 scenes to shine. That's all I'm asking.
So you're right. No, I agree. I agree with you. 100%.
That's all I'm asking. And the one thing I definitely will be is that this one will be action packed, way more than it was in the first one.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So overall, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, followers of darkness, here we are coming to the end of the Green Hill Bonanza. So, without any further ado, since all of you are fans of YouTube, you know what to do. I don't have to repeat every single fucking time like what you have to do.
Like and subscribe to both.
Hit that like button.
The Lord of Shadows YouTube channel and the Pop Perch Network. We have more stuff coming on the Pop Perch Network, including future episodes of the McConkie Chit Chat, How Bang podcast, and more podcasts to come, including an upcoming Spider-Man podcast. Spider-Man No Way Home. Hopefully upload that pretty soon. So stay tuned. And as always, I'm Peyton from the Pop Perch Network, joined by Jacob and
Lord of Shadows. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast, and see you guys next time. Like always, Lord of Shadows signing off.
say everybody.